I bet. Scissor7. I really don't have anything to say actually. It's just a weird anime. And like, weird in a good way. Not in a redo of healer kind of way. Even though I think it's a great anime. Don't ask me how I know that. But yeah, Scissor7. It actually reminds me of Konosuba actually. Well, without all that fan service at least. But they're both just so enjoyable and weird at the same time. You can't have a bored time watching any of them. And now, we're here to talk about Scissor7. Shout out to Homeless21 for recommending Scissor7. You can comment or follow the Instagram to send your request there or whatever. But anyways, now let's go.
Just remember all caps when you spell the man name.
So the scene kicks off and we see this guy with these pointy ears and shit sitting on his seat. Who does my man think he is? He even has bodyguards, but just look at them, bro. Buddy over here gonna eat the ops, and we got Mr. Turn Around and Die. Turn around and die. Martian Manhunter over here, but on roids. And look at Buddy over here smiling. You can tell it's his first day on the job. Everyone else got this serious expression, and then we get you thinking it's all sunshine and rainbows. Then the last guy got this Count Dracula cut and a revolver in his hand. Like, it's so bad, I don't even know what to say. Now we see our boy Seven standing in the distance, and he's a hitman who was tasked with killing the boss. I'm surprised you didn't hear him tear that paper up. Huge ears for what? Seven gonna break in, and just look at how cold he is. That's my dog, bro. He kicked and jumped off this guy and sliced Buddy over here. Dodged the blade, and you see how nonchalant he is with it, and dodged the second one. Buddy over here tried attacking, and I can't even lie, I don't know what he's doing. Is he coming at you as a samurai or as a zombie, bro? I don't know. He tried cutting him, but Seven broke his blade and sliced the guy at the back. And whose man's is this? You know who he looks like? Come on, bro. The Fit too? He sliced this bear, dodged long neck Piccolo's attack, and nah, look, he even has that fishback karate on him. He spun around that and jumped off him and made his way to the boss, and this man saw him coming. Like, he can see him, and he still didn't do anything. And nah, y'all are fake demons. Y'all ain't built for this. What the hell is a polar bear doing in Arlington, Texas? Now the guy that hired him showed him the money, and he just sliced him in half cause someone paid him more to kill him. And like, sure, I get that, but why not take the money? And as a rich guy, where are your bodyguards, bro? Y'all are asking to get cooked. Now everything you just saw was all in his head. Not a single bit of it was real. This man sells stew on the streets with his powers to move scissors. Great. This blue bird over here is called Daibo, but to make things funnier, we're gonna call him Dabo. Now, Dabo knows a thing or two about being a hitman, and he wants to help Seven out, cause he has a mysterious past we don't know about. Don't know what happened to bro, maybe he fell on his head and forgot everything. We don't know. So Dabo hooked him up with the tool that will allow him to shapeshift into anything he puts his mouth to. First thing he thought of turning into was a female version of him. I know what kind of man you are, Seven. Then taught him speed, and well, he failed. Then got him a bird that could carry him around and fly places. Seems very reliable. Next, he's teaching him to be merciless, and well, he failed again, bro. He couldn't kill a fish. This guy's a fraud though. He failed 2 out of 4 of them, and somehow he gets passed. 50% pass rate, I guess. Now he's on his first mission, and he has to cut some lady's hair on her wedding. Yo, nah, who's the hater that paid him to do this? Nah, let it go, bro. This is her wedding. Now he's here hiding as a pig, and low-key, his disguise is perfect. It would have been perfect if he was locked in, cause while he's looking at the pictures of her memories, he asks himself, why don't I have memories? What kind of a person was I? And I low-key think that living your life chasing who you were in the past is pointless. Instead, live to be someone you can remember. Now, he messed up the mission. Bro cut the groom's hair and his cover is blown. Peep straw head Whitebeard in the back there. He cut the bride's hair, and low-key, it ain't even bad. Now tweaking over nothing. Now they're running away and he encounters this robot, and the robot works for Stan. Stan is an organization that has high-tech stuff, and Dabo told Seven that they could get his memories back, but it's gonna cost them. That's why he's becoming a hitman, to make that bread for real. He dropped this token and the robot was about to execute him, but he dodged it. You could have killed me. Hey you! Back in my day, when I was in the war, Damn, killed Ang just like that. Now it's time for Seven to get active, and I don't know why he's just standing there waiting for his scissor to come back. Like, no way he's calling your scissor is an idle attack. I can understand the spirit bomb keeping you still, but calling a scissor, bro?
You're a victim. Here we go, CSI.
He sliced his arm off, but he still has the other one made. Now he was about to get packed, but Shorty gonna step in, and this right here, this is 13. Just look at how tough she looks with that Vega man, and she was about to press 7, but the robot self-destructed and he escapes. And that concludes episode 1. Episode 2 begins with this cat declaring war on Mad Bark and asks for a plan. So we're over here just wanted peace, but then Yeah, no, she doesn't want to hear any of that. She just wants to beat them, and that's how 7 got into this. He was hired, but not to kill them, to stab his eyes out. Cat lady, what possibly could Mad Bark have done to you? 7 now spots the security and throws something at them, but they don't react whatsoever. I don't know if they're slacking or if they're just that locked in. 7 then turns into Jake the dog, and yeah, no, clearly the dog's slacking off. 7's in, and for some reason random things are being thrown at him, causing the dogs to run after him, but then he locks in and starts dodging them. And come on bro, who's the lunatic throwing a disc at a dog, bro? He taps into that mode and dodges the ball with his eyes on the screen. He wants us to see this. Spun around this, dodged the knife, and bro, again, who's the lunatic throwing a bowling ball at a dog? He now made it to Mad Bark, and just look at the picture, bro, and then look at him. People will go away for 3 months, come back and tell you something like, yeah, just stay consistent to the routine, bro. Bro, what routine? Why do you smell like those humans? Hey boss, let's have him eat. If you eat it, I'll eat it. He kick flipped off him, turning back into a human, and went for the eyes. And I don't know what made the creators think of doing something like this, but hey, that's Scissor7 for you. He cracked his fingers, and the reason he's okay is cause, well, he went for the glasses, and his glasses were on his forehead, not his eyes. He now went into this, I don't know, punk rock form and started playing it, and it's doing damage to this man. Turn it off, bro. I didn't think anyone could make music worse than KSI. He hit him into the air, and he tried whipping out them scissors, but yeah, no, you are so finished, bro. Put that boy in a 39 hit combo, and he was about to end him, but then we get a glimpse of 7's past, and that demon came out. He caught his guitar, and look at the smile on his face. This man knows you're cooked. He moved it away, and he was trying to play that, but he cut it with his scissors. Thank God, bro. We weren't trying to hear that again. Now look at him. He lost his rock form, and 7 lost his form, so he's back to being sorry again. Mad Dog pressed him until he saw this picture and put us in a flashback, and they were in love, man. Mad Dog left cause he couldn't have kids with her, so is he wrong for that? No. Should he have said something instead of leaving for the milk? Yes. So he went to go get his shorty back. Bro serenaded her and got her shedding tears, and that concludes episode 2. Episode 3 begins with 13 moving like some Naruto type ninja. She was trying to kill Mad Bark. Wait, okay, I forgot her name. She was trying to kill Mad Bark, but the cat saved him and caught her hair blade. Then we see that it's not really Mad Bark, it's 7. Cat lady gonna call the cats to jump 13, and she's like,
I could use the practice.
yeah, okay. Everyone's cold until the real threat show up. She weaved the nunchucks, got her hitting the homie, dodged the kick, sliced the cat, turned bro into Minecraft blocks, and she just continued packing them up. They really never stood a chance, and Mad Bark aka 7 is running away, but obviously he got caught, cause this man 7 got that DJ Khaled stamina. Now 7 transformed back into his original form, and she doesn't believe it, cause she thinks Mad Bark is turning into an ugly guy. That's literally what she said. I'm not even trying to be funny. She was about to end him, but 7 cut her mask, and now she's mad, and 7 was about to escape, but come on bro, she's a ninja. She threw them shurikens and brought them both down. The bird didn't take that kindly, bro. 7 tried the scissors again, but she's just pairing them, so 7 splits them up, making it harder, I guess. She's still cooking, so I guess not, man. She threw her blades at him, ran at him, grabbed his hands, and was about to use her hair blade, but then 7 came in and hey man, at least he secured the kiss. She was now mad as hell and went in for the killing blow, but the bird came through. Low-key, he's the gold man. Came back looking like the average Baki character. He punched her and she blocked him. But you know when you get blocked and sent back, you are beyond cooked. And the cats are behind her, so she was really about to get jumped. So she escaped. And that concludes episode 3. Episode 4 begins with this lady coming into R7, but instead bro gave her the most diabolical cut. Talking about it's a masterpiece. Bro, you could not pay me to get this cut. So 7's quest is to kill this guy that goes around taking panties. And this man, 7 turned into panties. And this freak knows the exact type of underwear they are. Talking about some schoolgirl edition. My guy, how do you know they're for schoolgirls? Nah, he has to go. He brought 7 to his place. And then the worst thing was about to happen to 7. Nah. He was about to wear the underwear. Oh! But thankfully, the lady came through and was about to burn his collection down, which is valid. And he's breaking down, talking about how he bought them and he never stole any underwear, so he's not a criminal. And honestly, I couldn't have cared less. This man still needs to go. No normal human does this. But 7 saved his collection for some reason, telling him it's okay to be a gooner. Rare 7L, but it's alright 7. I forgive you. This lady go move real fast, hypnotizing 7, and then Velma gon' come through with a mean elbow and then throw him at a table. Now, the lady was gonna do whatever she was about to do to 7, but bro was about to save him, but obviously got smacked. Then she sliced the panty collection and 7 remembered some from his past. Sliced her skirt, revealing her knees. Don't really know why that's her weakness, but alright, modesty I guess. Sliced her glasses off her, and then we get that animation switch for Granny. Dodged the scissors and even started hitting flips and punched 7, and he went in for a punch and she dodged it, got parried by 7, and he nearly landed the kick. But just look at her, Granny moving like this some limbo or something, held the leg and spun around him and threw him at a wall, only for him to use the scissors again, and she kicked that away, and 7 tried to get that punch in, but she weaved it. And now, why is there so much anger behind this punch? Only to airball.
Oh my goodness, Valentine! No.
They go back and forth, and she had 7 on skates, but he caught her, and I don't know, they looked at each other, I guess. He split the scissors, and she dodged the first one, and just look at how much she's feeling herself, smiling like you won, only to get your head sliced. And as 7 was about to punch her, she went super, sending him into the sky and put that combo in him, sent him down, and hey yo Granny chill, when you learn a Kamehameha, and flew back in there. But then 7 does whatever this is, and they ran away. And when we cut to 7, we see this man lifting his pants back up. Yeah, nah, outrageous episode, but that concludes episode 4. Episode 5 is really just 7 stalking some money-hungry granny until he gets caught, and this grandma is crazy, bro. Literally, the person that hired 7 is her son, bro. The signs were there from the get-go. That we're gonna use her grandson as bait, knowing she'll try to save him, but 7 came through with the save, cause she just wants to protect her family. And, well, I guess that concludes episode 5. Episode 6, there's this girl 7 was tasked to kill, but she wasn't ready to die yet, so they made a deal that 7 will help her with her bucket list. Had 7 walking around naked. And why is she recording this?
Why aren't you naked?
7, that's a child, bro. Why are you asking her this? One of the things she wanted to do was literally kick someone in the balls, so you know they had to stomp him in the nuts. The last one on the list was skydiving, which is valid. And then it's revealed that she has cancer and hired 7 to kill her cause she thought it would be cooler to die via assassination. But 7 says he won't kill her and basically recommended whoever this doctor is. And just off this pick alone, 7, you gonna have to kill me, bro. What is this, bro? And that concludes episode 6. Episode 7, got 7 dealing with these guys in a submarine. So he turns into a fish, sees the op, and makes it look like he needs help. Tell me why this guy brought it inside talking about I caught a fish, it was drowning.
Hell no, man.
Then the leader came through, tried to be cold and all, but 7 just dodged all his slashes as a fish. Missing all these slashes in front of your man is a mad or a loss, bro. He lifted him up and 7 tried to go for the kill, but he caught it with his teeth. And what even was that, bro? A toothpick? What are you gonna do, bro? Poke an eye out and call it a day? Yeah, nah, the job's not finished, bro. He tried going for the slice, but 7 dodged it and ended up chilling on this blade. You see, now this is how you gain aura, but then he lost it later doing whatever these are. People get a sword one time and start doing anything, bro. He tried stabbing him, but he broke the sword with the palm of his hand. Now that's just when you gotta call it a day, bro. Who does Unk have you fighting, bro? Superman? He blasted him away, and 7 came back and got stopped with 2 fingers and blew his shoe back. This guy could have been cold, but his hairstyle and fit are absolutely diabolical, bro. Red undies and elf shoes are mad, bro. And don't even get me started on that high top of dude, bro. He looked at 7 and realized that it's him, and we get a flashback to when he was cold and he was low-key getting sauce back then. He dodged that without even turning around and then sliced you open, hooked you up with that Zoro special. So then this guy made a deal with 7. If I move my foot, I'll spare that weak eyelid. And well, he jump scared him and won the deal. And that concludes episode 7. Episode is when we get to witness the dog, Hey Dachun, probably the best bodyguard I've ever seen. This man doesn't let anything get past him. Now, the problem is, he was hired by this guy, and this guy is a cheater, and his wife knows. So instead of confronting him about it, she sent 7 to cut his meat off.
Oh!
2 wrongs don't make a right, I guess. So now the Chude's on duty and 7's trying everything. He was literally a crab and this man was on that. Turned into a rubber duck. And he was on that. So 7 tried boxing this man, whipped out the scissors, but a whale ate it. Let's handle this like men, shall we? Why do you have a gun, bro? Show me them hands. So they get to it. 7 gonna punch him in the snout, but his arm shatters and he socks 7 in the face and 7 go try to attack him, but this man just got elite defense. 7's getting absolutely outdone, and they literally fought for 2 nights, and 7's target passed him, and 7 just watched him, bro, until he distracted Dachshund. Hey, look over there, now's my chance. But Dachshund caught 7 in a 7-day lock, and now he's stuck with him for 7 days. They're doing everything together, but he even dropped a soul. 13 then shows up and tried to kill 7 again, but he used Dachshund's body to break her sword, and she left again. This that elite teamwork. They talk, and Dachshund became a bodyguard to protect people, cause he was once bullied and believes everyone needs protection. Sometimes. Noble guy. Now out of nowhere, a missile is coming at them, but that boy Hey Dachshund stopped the missile, and of course it was Stan's doing. And we see 7 all locked in, hair down. That's how you know he's about to cook. But that concludes episode 8. Episode 9 kicks off, and that boy Xiao came through with a save. That's why he's the GOAT. This Stan guy pulled up on him and scanned him, found out that he's him, and immediately up the pole, shot him, but 7 dodged that and got the scissors out, but he destroyed them. So now 7's defenseless and he shot him, and 7's gonna get another flashback, and all we see is that he got stabbed and he was about to get jumped and the bridge blew up. That's all we get for now. Zhao Fen came through with another save, helping 7 dodge the laser. It's only been 4 minutes and Zhao already has 2 saves. If that doesn't say he's the GOAT, I don't know what will. Now this guy shot this laser in this rock, and he's basically putting the whole island in danger, and he gonna send a message telling them that he's gonna sink the island and they should leave if they don't wanna die. Now please tell me, smart guy, seeing as you didn't bring any boats for anyone, where are they supposed to go, bro? It's an island. Now Dabo got them escaping and explains that there are 3 factions. Zhan Wu, they basically got hands. Stan, they got technology, and commoners, well, they don't have anything but themselves. So Zhan Wu and Stan got beef cause one believes in hands and the others believe in technology. Me personally, I just think y'all should fuse, cause a guy with Stan tech and martial arts would go crazy, bro. Meow Kitty tried attacking the Prince of Stan, but he just cut her blades, and Mad Bark saves her and goes rogue mode, and just look at her, covering her ears, but those aren't even her ears, bro. Stan wasn't trying to hear that, so he covered up real quick, but it was doing some damage to his mask, so he just played that Will Smith music and they just couldn't bear it. And he started whipping them, and the captain go pull up and shoot at Stan, but he blocked it and packed them up. He was about to end Kitty and Mad Bark, but Cola came through and kissed him. And look at how he's acting, my guy, relax. She's 15, bro. He then put her in a bubble, talk about some
women are nothing but trouble.
Is this nigga serious?
And Granny heard that, nearly got the sneak off, but he dodged that. He shot a beam at her, and she caught that and threw it at his machine. She's acting all fired up, but her hands are absolutely cooked. He shot a homing missile at her, and she tried to do what Goku did to Frieza and bring it back to him, but he just put a barrier on himself, and now her plan backfired horribly. It would have been over, but 7 came through with a new blade. Just look at how cold he came in, bro. He's even rising up Granny over here. My dog 7 is just too smooth with it. It was time to go, and they get active, and you know anime, showing you some hands before ending the episodes. But that concludes episode 9, final episode. The episode begins, and Dachshund basically hired 7 to deal with Stan, and Dabo refused, saying he could never beat Stan. But 7 gon' say,
how will I ever know if I don't try?
Shout out to 7, he's really him, bro. And he even had Dabo reminiscing on an old friend he had from the past. He gave 7 his weapon back and told him that he found him nearly dead, but the doctor fixed him up real good, but it cost him a lot, and 7 wasn't trying to hear all that. He was already gone, bro. The fight begins, and he blocked the sword, dodged the attack, tried the spin move, but 7 blocked that and went for the hoverboard, and he dodged that and came in, but he blocked that. And they do that anime sword clash, but his sword shattered, and he was about to end him, but 13 saved him and tried the slash, but he dodged that. And my guy, where is the fit? No ways you wore a clean coat only to have nothing underneath, bro. You gotta be ashamed of yourself. Real talk.
You gotta be ashamed of yourself.
13 then reveals that the 13 then reveals that the hoverboard has an auto dodge on some ultra instinct timing. And don't worry 13, we see the sword skills. Oh my gosh, it's a flying chicken. Do I look dumb? And I guess he did, cause it was my boy Zhao Fen. He came through with a mean punch, destroying his shield. They all attacked from 3 different angles, but he transformed, and it would have been tough if he didn't have his undies out in the open. Give this man some pants, bro, but don't let this look fool you. He was really saucing them up, did some heat attacks, sending them into the air, and kicked 13, punched Zhao, and blasted 7. He went for the killing blow on 13, but 7 pushed her out the way and they all thought he died, but he turned into a leaf and put him in that 7-day hold, trying to give 13 the opening, but 13 gets caught and she can't move. And I ain't gonna lie, bro, what does she do, bro? Like, I've only seen her sauce up cats, bro. I said it then and I'm saying it now. Everyone's cold until the real threat shows up. So 7 sacrificed himself and brought his scissors to come through at top seeds and pierce right through them. But Zhao Fen was trying to heal him, but Stan somehow survived that and was about to blast them, but Dabo showed up and 13 jumped in. Zhao Fen continued healing 7 and we get to see his past, and we see he was trying to protect someone but got betrayed in the process. So he blew the bridge up and we get back to the present, and they were getting sauced up but showed no fear, for 7 is back looking like a whole demon, and for some reason he healed 13 and said what he said in the past.
I have to do this. I dare one of you to stop.
Cold as usual called the blade and brought all the pieces together, and 13 started streaming that. 7 goes in for the attack but Stan puts up a shield, but 7 broke his sword up and brought it back, and just look at that smile on his face. He knows he's about to cook. He sliced his arm off, leaving him with one last move. He called his robot to him and thought that he was about to cook, but 7 extended the blade and cut right through him, sending him flying away, and 13 showed it to this guy she called Master, and 7 passed out, and that concludes the final episode of Scissor 7. This show Scissor 7 is straight gas. 10 episodes a season, funny, and got hands for days. Comment if you want more on this. But anyways, that's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed. Follow the socials. Road to 10K. Have a great day and night, and peace.
Because this is the moment you realize something inside you is broken, and it can